welcome to the channel. This is the job I'm doing today. It's actually a roof clean. I've actually been cleaning this roof all the way around from the front. I haven't been filming any yet because Riley's on holiday, and so I'm doing this job on my own. So I just wanted to crack on with it. So I haven't taken a lot of footage so far because it's kind of something extra I have to do, and there's extra stuff that I've got to do which Riley normally does anyway. So he normally follows me doing some of the cleanup, clearing out the gutters, sweeping up everything down below and that kind of stuff. So I've just kind of got on with it, but I thought I'd show you what I'm doing today because I've just got to this last section here. I've just got to do these sort of three little sides here. This job's been a bit awkward because I had to go next door on that side to do a corner the other side of this section of roof, and I had to go next door on that side to do the back of the garage as well. And then the solar panels were a little bit tricky, so, but that was a bit of a fiddle yesterday, sort of getting all those little fiddly bits done. So now today I've just got these bits to do, and then I'm also going to clean this block paved patio area as well. Now, most pressure washing, I think people often think that they're going to get a pressure washer, blast everything clean, job done. But most of the time pressure washing is a combination, not just of the pressure cleaning, but also chemical treatment in combination, those two things in combination. And depending on the job, sometimes you lean more on the pressure and the chemical treatment might just be like an add-on type extra element of added value. Other times you rely more on the chemical treatment to get the job done, and the pressure washing might just be more of a rinse. So anyway, the roof cleaning I use very low pressure, high water volume. That's how I shift all that muck basically. And then the chemical treatment afterwards will kill off anything left behind, but it also gives long-term benefits as well. On the paving, I use a different type of chemical which works more immediately and gives us those instant results on the paving. So we'll see how this goes anyway, and I hope you enjoy seeing the satisfying cleaning. Well, look at that. It all comes down, ends up in that same place. All these roofs converge together. So now I've got to get all this cleaned up. I usually put the tarpaulin there, and that just protects the surface a little bit from all that muck and mess. But I figured I'm going to be cleaning this paving anyway, so doesn't matter so much. I'm just going to get the worst of this swept up, and then yeah, I can start cleaning the paving. I'm also going to get these gutters cleaned out first, because I don't want muck to drop out potentially from the gutters and make a mess on the paving once it's clean. So I'll get that done first. All good. Okay, so I'm going to use a couple of different chemicals today. First of all, on the paving, I'm going to use what's sometimes referred to as a soft wash. It's basically a hypo mix, and to that I add some surfactant which will help it thicken up, and that's going to sit nicely on the surface of the block paving, help kill off any organic matter that's there, the black algae and the lichen, help us to get those really good results. This can be quite harsh depending on how strong you mix it, but it gets great results for paving that's really bad with black spots. So this paving was quite black when we first started, so hopefully this will do the trick, get it looking like new again. And to apply it, I use it through the pressure washer. I use one of these switch tips so I can set the strength depending on the size of the hole, and that just connects to my pressure washer, and then I can just spray it around the whole area. And I'm going to make sure I wear my PPE as well, make sure I stay nice and safe. Okay, so that's the paving is looking fantastic. I'm going to get started now on applying a chemical treatment to the roof tiles. I use a slightly different chemical for this. For this I'm going to use a biocide, DDAC biocide. Now that will sit on the surface and remain in the surface, and it remains active. So I usually say that it will prevent organic growth coming back for at least 2 years. It will kill anything off that's left in the surface as well. So any of those little spots that might be left behind, that'll all be killed off, and it will help keep the roof clean for 2 years. When you're handling different chemicals like this, you want to be careful that you don't let them mix, because it can be quite dangerous. So you be really careful about how you handle them. I'm using a completely different method of application. So for the DDAC, I'm using my pump trolley with the brush application method. Helps me to be nice and accurate, stop it blowing away in the wind, because it'll all be contained within the brush, all that kind of stuff. And again, I need to make sure I use my PPE, so I'm going to make sure I stay well protected with my mask and goggles. Cool. It's a bit easier to mix, just straight with water, so I just mix it to the strength I need, straight in the barrel, and off we go. about that. It looks so good. And I didn't even think I'd get to the resanding today, but it's been quite a warm, sunny afternoon, so I've been able to just get that sand started, and I didn't even bring enough, so I'm gonna have to nip back and just do another bag or so of sand, I think. But I just brought what I had, and I'm glad I did, because that bit I've done there just looks so good, considering how black it was when I first got here. And I often like to talk about efficiency in what I do, not working quickly, because that sounds like you're cutting corners, but using the right tools and techniques to work efficiently so that you can get the job done at a good pace but to a high standard. I've been here for 2 days. I've done the whole roof, cleaned, cleared out the gutters, rinsed everything below. I've applied a chemical treatment to the roof. I've cleaned all this paving, applied a chemical treatment to that, nearly done the resanding, and all of that in 2 days. And I don't think I've rushed it. I haven't done particularly long days, but I like to think that I work efficiently using good techniques and the right chemicals to help me get the job done at a good pace and to a good standard. So it's been a fantastic transformation. I've cleaned the solar panels as well. The roof is looking much brighter, and with the chemical treatment it will still continue to improve over the next year or so. And I even had a nice chat with the guy next door, who said he had his roof cleaned about 4 years ago or so, and yeah, he's interested in a chemical treatment just to top it up and get it looking fresh again. So hopefully I'll be back next door to do that job as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed the transformation here. Give the video a thumbs up and a like if you've enjoyed it. Why not subscribe? And look forward to seeing you on the next one. There's tons of links in the description below to my training, my podcast, my website, all of that kind of stuff. And hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.